Hi everyone, today it was last day of Grand Chess Tour in Croatia and Carlsen won, so congratulations to him. And now I will show you a very interesting game between him and Alireza Firouzja. Carlsen started with knight to f3, c5, c3, d5 and d4. Yes, now cd4, cd4, and actually this transposed to the exchange Slav, but in weird move order. Carlsen could have played d4 first, knight f6, knight c3, knight c6, bishop f4, and here the main move is just bishop to f5, but Alireza played knight to h5, attacking this bishop, bishop d2, e6, and here the main move is just to e3, but Carlsen goes for very interesting move, just bishop to g5, attacking the queen, and also provoking this f6 move. Now Carlsen went back on d2 with the bishop, here f5, we have very nice stone wall pawn center, e3, knight goes to f6, bishop b5, we pin the knight, bishop to d7, castle, and here Alireza played bishop to d6. Now Carlsen took the knight, bishop takes, and he jumped on e5 with the knight. Castle, and knight to e2 was played. Yes, here I was thinking about f4, but actually this move isn't that good, you know, cementing this knight here because of queen to b6, and here strong pressure here, and also queen is aiming towards the king. So this was better move, knight to e2. Now bishop b5. Now, yes, black has bishop pairs, and here there's beautiful diagonal for this light square bishop. Rook e1, and now very good move by Alireza, just taking this knight and doubling white's pawns. Here the problem with knight to e4 is that knight d4 is very strong. So in this position, black has to go on g4. And here h3 was played. If now knight d4, then this is very dangerous. We threaten to check here and here. So yes, better was to play h3 in this position. Now very good move by Alireza, just taking knight on e2. Rook takes. And now we get this pawn on e5. So currently, yes, black is a pawn up. Bishop to c3, knight jump to c6, and it blocks this c file. Rook c1, queen d6. Very good move again by Alireza, just connecting the rooks and centralizing the queen. Before Carlsen goes for attack, he wants to open the c file. a6, a4, rook a to c8 was played, doubling the rooks on c file. Knight e7, queen d4. So here we threaten mate, so black has to respond with rook to f7. Now b5, and here after rook to c4, Carlsen fought a little bit, and the best move in this position would be just to go here, queen a5, queen takes, bishop takes, now eb5, knight jumps here to g6 to attack the bishop, rook c4, dc4, bishop goes back, rook d7, and now we take a pawn here. So actually this position is a draw. But Carlsen here made a huge blunder with queen to a7. Now you can pause the video and see and try to figure out what's the best reply for black. Yes, in this position the best reply is knight c8. Okay, and as you see, queen lacks squares, so queen a2, a8 has to be played. But now we simply play rook f2, c7, and after b6 we take here, and as you can see, this queen actually is trapped here. Bishop d4, attack a queen, queen c6. Now there's huge pressure on c file. Rook takes, pawn takes, queen b8. Yes, queen is trying desperately to run away. h6, bishop here, but now rook d7, and again queen cannot escape this position, so here black is winning. But after queen to a7, Alireza didn't play this move. He took on b5, a b5, and here the best move again would be knight to c8, but he played this knight g6. Now just bishop d4, rook c2, and here h6 to create some loft for the king, rook c8 check, king h7, b6 was played by Carlsen, and here Alireza found a really nice move, f4, he wants to break this pawn structure, so here queen to b8 was played. Here Alireza fought a little bit either to take, so at the end he took the queen, but also playable was this queen to b4, and after rook to c7 we can take a rook, bc7, and now there's very nice perpetual, queen e1, king h2, and now, yes, can you find perpetual here? I can give you a couple of seconds to pause the video. Yes, here the right move is knight to h4. Let's see what's the point. If c8 queen, we give this check on f3, now gf3, queen f2, king h1, queen f1, king h2, and queen to f2. This would be a draw. So very nice move, but Alireza played for a win and he took the queen, a rook takes, e5, bishop c5, f e3. Of course, we cannot take here with the bishop because of d4. That would be very strong, so Carlsen took with the pawn. Alireza played rook to d7. His point is to push these pawns, rook c8. And here d4 was a mistake by Alireza. Better would be just to play knight e7, bishop takes, rook to c7, rook e6, rook b7, rook f6, rook d7, and now just take this pawn, and as after rook to e6, this position is a draw. Both sides have equal pawns, but after d4, rook to c7 was very annoying. We cannot take, of course, because then white promotes. So in this position, Alireza played rook to d5, and here Carlsen took on d4, and that was a mistake. Better move would be just king to f2, and let's examine a few lines. If black takes, yes, just king e3, knight f4, king e4, and yes, the point now is that rook d2, we can take this pawn here because rook is no longer attacking a bishop. Okay, after king to f2, also d3 can be played, but computer finds very nice line, king e1, d2 check, king d1, knight goes to h4, e4, this is very important move, again we kick this rook, rook d3, and here we just calmly take the pawn here on b7, knight takes g2, king, knight g2. Actually, white is winning. After rook to e7, this pawn will promote, and black doesn't have this check because there's always bishop taking the knight, and black cannot promote. But as I said, Carlsen took on d4, e4. Now bishop goes here to b4, rook to b5, and here Carlsen went back with bishop to c5. Better would be to play bishop to d2, and the point of this move is that it prevents black from playing knight to f4. But after bishop to c5, knight f4 was played, so this is very good move. Now it threatens some pins and forks and checks. Bishop d6, knight goes here to attack a rook, rook takes b7, but now very good move by Alireza, d3, so this pawn is marching. Rook d7, and in this position if we take this pawn, then after bishop to e5, rook b3, king f2, this would be actually a draw. So after this move black has to play rook to d5. Now b7, d2, queen and queen, and king to h2. So actually in this position black is still a little bit better, but here yes, here Alireza blundered with rook to d2, and in this position computer suggests queen to d3, and the point is that, let's say, after queen to b7 attacking here, we can actually take on d6 because there's no check, and picking up the knight, let's say, if check was possible, if queen was here, king here, then we can take a knight, and if rook takes, white would take on d1 the queen, but here this check is impossible, so that's why queen to d3 was very good. But also here after queen to b4, knight g5 can be played, and yes, and again we threaten to take here or play this, and yeah, black is winning here. But the rook to d2 was played by Alireza, queen b7, now we take a bishop, and here queen e4 was good move, king g8, but here Carlsen blundered. He should have taken this knight, and after rook takes queen, and this position is a draw, but here he played mistake, a rook to e7, and now yes, now black is winning, because after just simple knight f8, he's a piece up, queen c4, queen d5. Yes, of course white cannot afford to exchange the queens, but now yeah, he threatens checkmate, but just simple rook to g6, queen goes to e2, queen d6 check, king h1, rook e6, rook takes, queen to b2. Yes, and this endgame actually is winning for black. It lasted for almost 40 more moves, so I will just show you, I will just go quickly through the last moves. Yes, the point of black is that he wants to exchange queens, and Alireza finds a nice plan. This move was very important. It restricts this pawn on g3. But now let's see, after a couple of checks, yeah, he brought his knight on great square. Yes, g5, and now soon his plan would be to bring king here, but Carlsen is very annoying with his checks. Yes, lots of moves. So here queen d3, and now queen c1, queen e4, queen c8 check, king e5, queen e8, and now yes, there's big threat to go for checkmate on g2. Now what black has to do to just avoid the checks, queen d5, queen b6, king goes to c4, queen c7, king d3, queen h7, and after simple king to d2, Carlsen resigned because checkmate is unavoidable. So yeah, very nice game by Carlsen and Firouzja, and Carlsen was dominating the whole event. So again, congratulations to him, and to you guys, thanks for watching. As always, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.